Do you feel like you are constantly surrounded by negative news, negative media, and it seems like the world is a bit on fire and you just do not know how to get out of this negative rabbit hole that we are going down? If so, then this is the episode for you because I'm going to be sharing with you the universal laws I'm tapping into to help keep a positive and empowered mindset regardless of what's going on in the world around me. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. My name is Erika and I am a mindset mentor, personal development junkie, holistic health advocate, and lover of all things spiritual. At the Get Empowered podcast, I'm here to help you overcome limitations, step into your power, and create your dream life. I've spent the last several years healing my mind, body, and soul and have learned so much along the way. From healing trauma to navigating a sober lifestyle and learning how to step into my personal power, it has been transformational. If you're looking to heal, to be inspired, to uplevel your life, and to become the most empowered version of yourself, you've come to the right place. I created this podcast to help you know you are worthy of rewriting your story, to help you navigate your own empowerment journey. You are worthy of living your most authentic, aligned, and inspired life, and I can help you get there. Whether you are diving deep into personal development or just need a weekly pick-me-up, I've got you covered. Thank you so much for pressing play today. I cannot wait to transform together. Let's get empowered. Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. Your host, Erika, here. This week, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the universal laws that I am using to just stay clear from the negative mindset that is running rampant in our country right now. I don't know about you, but I feel like no matter where I look, it is negativity everywhere. And I understand that things are difficult for many, many people, myself included, in certain ways, but that does not mean that we need to ascribe to the negative mentality because that does not help us to grow and to stay empowered. So this week I'm going to share with you guys the universal laws that I'm using to get out of that shitty mindset. But first, this is a huge part of it. So first we're going to start with gratitude because it's really important to practice gratitude daily. That's why I start the podcast with gratitude. So today I am grateful for having the ability to go get the healthy groceries that I need to feel my best. You know, I've been a lot better about not having gluten or dairy for the past couple weeks, and I already noticed a difference in my body, and I'm so grateful that I have the ability to do so and to get the food that feeds me daily and that helps me to feel my best. And sometimes you might be like, well, why is that something to be grateful for? Well, if we think about it, there are many people across the world who do not have the ability to even put food on the table, and I think it's something in America that we tend to overlook. So I'm just really grateful for honestly being able to stock my fridge and stock my pantry full of things that make me feel healthy and my best. Now, what am I currently loving? I am loving so many different things, but one of what I'm currently loving, I don't remember if I've shared this yet. So if I have, I apologize, but I'm still loving it. My Hatch alarm clock. So for Christmas, my mom gave Kyle and I a Hatch alarm clock. You know, it's one of those gifts that you really want, but you don't want to buy for yourself. So it makes the perfect gift. And I was a little skeptical. I was like, I don't understand how a sunrise, sunset alarm clock is really going to do anything, but I fucking love it. I love that thing. You know, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but I feel like I'm sleeping better with it. I love waking up to the sunrise alarm clock. I feel like the light that it emits does wake me up before my alarm actually starts with the noise. And I don't know about you, but I just felt like so glaring of a wake up when I have just a normal alarm on a phone. And Kyle and I get up really early, so we do not get up when the sun is out. Right? We don't have that natural wake up. And so I was like, I wonder if this will help us since we get up when it's still really dark out. And I think it is. I think it's really helping us. So if you do not know, the Hatch alarm clock will essentially like slowly light up your room. And then it has, I mean, you could choose the alarm that you want. I do some sort of peaceful music. And I have noticed that my day, I do not feel as tired when I wake up. I don't feel as, it just feels like a more natural wake up. And I don't feel as jolted. Like there are so many times when my normal alarm would go off and I'd be dreading to get out of bed. I'd be like, Kyle, go get your freaking alarm, you know? And now I feel like I wake up just more peaceful. And then it also has a setting that you can do like a wind down. And so it'll emit a little bit of light at night that slowly fades and helps you to wind down for the night. And then it has different settings. You could do like an evening meditation. You can listen to something while you're sleeping. There's different like night sounds. I just do a certain frequency that's very good for your brain. And then I do a body scan. So I do a body scan before bed that helps me to relax. It's kind of like a little meditation. And then I do the frequency, and I fucking love it. It's amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. I am so grateful. We've been using it for about a month now, and I love it. Now, let's talk about this week's episode. When I was thinking about what do I want to share, what do I want to talk about, I don't know about you, but with being in an election year, with everything that's going on in the world, people are saying, is World War III happening? Is there going to be a civil war? The economy is shit. I agree with all those things. I understand. I understand that there's a lot of negative things happening in the world around us. And so I think it's important to remember, okay, regardless of what's happening in the world around me, how do I personally stay in a good mindset, in a good energy, in a good frequency? Because I think that we should. I'm going to be honest. I think that we should. I think we should do our best, regardless of what's going on in the world around us, to not get trapped in that fear-mongering. And, some people might say, well, that is very privileged of you to feel that way. Well, guys, I'm not saying that I'm not hurting. Like, fuck, it is so annoying how much groceries cost. It is so annoying how much gas costs. Like, it's hard. I understand that it is a hard time for a lot of us. That being said, lamenting on how difficult it is ain't going to do shit for you. Just saying. Complaining and bitching about how hard life is does nothing. So, how can we have a positive and healthy mindset regardless of the circumstances? And let me tell you, it will help you get through the difficult times when you have tools like this. So, I want to share with you guys a couple of different universal laws that have helped me to have a positive mindset regardless of what's going on in the world around me, whether it's like in my personal life, my family life, or just like the greater world as a whole, right? So, the first thing, and it's very fucking basic, okay? The law of vibration. The law of vibration. You guys have heard me talk about this before, and that's basically saying that everything is energy. Every single thing in this world is energy, and your vibration is going to influence what you attract. To manifest things, you need to be an energetic match, right? So if you are putting out this negative fucking energy all the time, you're probably going to get negative shit back. That's why I do not recommend leaning into the negativity that's in the world around us. Doing your best to have a positive and high vibration, I think, is incredibly important. And how do we do that? Gratitude. Gratitude is incredibly important. No matter what is going on around you, I highly recommend practicing gratitude, because you know what? Even if groceries are more expensive than they used to be, the fact that you can fucking afford them is something to be grateful for, right? Sometimes our gratitude list can be as small as, I'm grateful I woke up today. Not everyone woke up today. I'm grateful that I have a job to go to. Maybe I don't like that job, but I'm grateful that I have a job to go to. I'm grateful that I'm able to feed my kids and clothe my kids. No matter what it is, big, small, menial, not, your energy is going to influence how your life fucking goes. It's going to influence what attracts into your universe and into your sphere. And you need to be an energetic match for the things that you want. So everything is energy, and you need to remember that. So that's the law of vibration. 1. 2, law of attraction. Like attracts like. So these kind of lean into each other, right? Like everything is energy. Well, like energies attract like energies. So if you're putting positive things into the universe, you're more likely to get positivity back. Now, again, this can be as small as just being kind to those around you, putting out good energy into the universe, doing nice things. That doesn't mean that you need to donate all your salary to something. I understand that times are hard, and maybe you're not able to donate like you used to or whatever, right? But you just being a kind, nice person to those around you and having a good attitude is important. And I understand that when things are hard, it can be difficult. I fucking get it. I have had those moments. I mean, gosh, the amount of times that I need to talk to myself and I need to talk myself down, or Kyle, like I love him to death, but sometimes we have to remind each other. So like we joke, we both do this, so I don't care about sharing it. Sometimes we get a little grumpy in the morning. Shocker when you wake up at fucking 4 a.m., right? And so you might be mad that I say this, but like it, either him or me, if one of us is being grumpy, the other person typically goes, are we in our grumpy era right now? Are we in our grumpy era? How does that help? And then we're like, yeah. And usually we get to the root of why we're grumpy and we fucking get over it, right? Like if you are putting out negativity, you're going to get negativity. So snap the fuck out of it. And I know that's hard, and this might be a little bit of tough love. And I understand it's especially difficult when you're struggling to fucking buy food to put on your table. You're struggling to put gas in your car. You feel like you do not have enough money at the end of the month. I know a lot of people are feeling this right now. I get it. I know there's a lot of layoffs right now. I know it's hard and it's scary. It is a scary time. I know they're talking fucking Civil War. They're talking World War III. I understand that. I understand. But if you put out a positive energy and positive vibration, you're more likely to attract positive things regardless of what's going on in the world around us. Regardless. Okay, that's why there were people that had a ton of amazing things happen during COVID and during 2020. And probably because they're putting out good things into the universe. Like, if you let other things bring you down, it is just going to bring you down too. And it's not worth it. So, law of vibration, law of attraction, very similar. They go together. Okay. The next thing is going to be the law of relativity, which kind of is exactly what it sounds like, which is everything is fucking relative. Nothing has a defined fucking meaning. You assign the meaning to different things, right? Like, you assign the meaning. So it doesn't mean anything until you give it that meaning. And you're like, okay, what does that mean? How do I apply that? So, for example, again, this is where gratitude can come in, and you can assign the meaning to different circumstances in your life. So maybe you lost your job. Okay, well, that is difficult, but maybe you can use it and look at it as an opportunity to go explore the career you've always wanted, to go get the job you've always wanted. And maybe that's a privilege take. I don't fucking know. But everything is what you make it. So, okay, here's a great example. Here's a great fucking example. It's all relative. And I've talked about this before. Trigger warning, gun violence. Trigger warning, gun violence. Okay. This might sound silly, but one of the best things that ever fucking happened to me was someone trying to rob me. Someone pulling a gun and trying to rob me. How was that one of the best things that ever happened to me? Because it started a cascade of events that led me to really amazing fucking things. And I would have never taken those action steps if that did not happen. So, for example, I've shared this story before. I took Hunter for a walk when I was living in my apartments in Scottsdale, and I was on a very popular walking path. It was just after sunset, not super late, not late at night. And I'd been on that path very late at night before because I just like taking night walks, which now looking back, I'm like, that was not fucking safe. But regardless, it was in the fall, so it was still kind of hot out, which is why I waited till after sundown, because the pavement gets very hot here, even in the fall. Even in the fall, it's still over 100 often, okay? So, anywho, someone pulls a gun on me as I'm walking my fucking dog. That scared the shit out of me. I got very lucky that I was able to talk him down, and he left me alone, and he ended up running away. Universe had my back. Apparently, God was like, not your time to die. So, didn't die. Cool shit. But when I didn't die, I was like, I need to grab life by the fucking horns. And I was really struggling with my faith, right? So I started doing my moon manifestation practice, which changed my fucking life. Changed my life, okay? And I was like, I have nothing to lose. I really need to find some sort of spiritual practice that works for me. And I just said, fuck it. This is kind of weird, but I'm having a good feeling about it. I'm going to do it. And then another thing that happened is I was like, I never want to feel that powerless ever again. Ever again. That was horrible. That was an awful experience. And at that point, I'd only been living in Arizona for 2 months. I had no fucking friends. I knew no one there. The person that was supposed to move out there with me told me to pretty much go fuck myself and did not move with me. Told me 2 days before I was supposed to leave, right? And I was alone and I was sad and I was scared. So after this happened, and I was not fucking doing well in the head, obviously, I joined a Krav Maga gym and I learned Krav Maga, and I love Krav Maga. I'm not currently training Krav Maga, but I loved it. And it introduced me to a whole group of friends. And then that group of friends introduced me to more friends. And that's honestly the first place I had community. So do not get me wrong that it was a hard, very traumatic experience when someone tried to rob me, but it is one of the best experiences of my life because it brought me so much good in the end. So everything is fucking relative. It only has the meaning that you assign it. Most people would not assign a positive meaning to such a traumatic event, but I choose to because I fucking have that power. Okay? So that is a good example of law of relativity. Okay? Now the last thing I'm going to share is the law of free will. And this is very fucking self-explanatory. No matter what we believe, okay, At the end of the day, you have the choice. You have the free will. You get to make the decisions. And at the end of the day, you are the only person that is in charge of your own fucking life, right? Only you. You are the only person in charge of your own life. So you need to decide what type of life are you going to live, right? You are in charge of your life. So do not let other people tell you all these negative things that are going to happen. You get to decide if you're going to kind of give into that shit or not. Are you going to give into the negativity? Are you going to choose to have a negative mindset? Are you going to choose to like be hateful to people who think differently than you? Are you going to like, I know there are some things out of our control, but you have to think about the law of free will and what you can control and just focus on that. Focus on the things you can control. And this is a quote, not my quote, Andy Frisella. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. And I full-heartedly believe that. So maybe take this time where people are like, oh my God, the world's going to shit. Oh my God, like this is horrible. And just build yourself to be better, because as we continue to grow and change and build ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, that is the ultimate rebellion, the ultimate fucking rebellion to a system that wants to keep us small and wants to keep us contained. And that's how you live empowered. That is how you live empowered. When you remember that at the end of the day, you have autonomy. You have free will. You get to choose the type of energy that you put out. You get to choose whether or not you're going to be fucking negative Nancy. No offense, Nancy. Sorry, Mom. Love you. Not her specifically, but you know the saying. I always feel kind of bad that, it's with her name, but regardless. Okay. You get to decide what type of life I want to live. What type of energy do I want to put out into this world? The law of vibration, the law of free will, the law of attraction, the law of relativity. All these things just show us how we do not need to subscribe to the negative fucking mindset that is overtaking our world. Okay, so please, please, please remember that you can live an empowered life regardless of the circumstances around you. You get to decide what you're going to make of them. And that doesn't mean that difficult things aren't going to happen. I'm not fucking naive, okay? I've been through a lot of hard shit. I've got a lot of trauma, go team, big T trauma, little T trauma, all that shit. But you can assign the meaning to it and you can decide how you're going to make the most of whatever your circumstances are, okay? No matter what they are. Maybe, I'm sure I'm going to piss people off with this episode, but oh well, I don't care. I think it's really, really important to remember that we have the power and to not give other people the power. Don't give other people the power over your energy, over your attitude. It's not fucking worth it. And to be honest, it's why I'm not listening to the news. I'm not listening to the news. And I'm someone that used to love the news. Not love it, but like I like to stay informed. I like politics. I find it interesting. But with it being an election year, it looking like it's going to probably be a Trump versus Biden fucking rerun, which just makes me want to bang my head against a wall like, Jesus fuck. But, you know what? I can't control that. I cannot control that. So you know what? I'm not even going to give it my energy. It is not fucking worth it. I cannot control which person goes into power. I can do my best. I'll vote when the time comes, but that's about fucking it. Right? So I'm not going to sit in the yuck. I'm not going to sit in the negative energy, sit in the negative vibration. It does nothing for me. It does not help my life. And sometimes Kyle like pisses me off because I'll share something with him and he'll be like, how does it affect you? And I'm like, I guess it doesn't. And he's like, okay, so why do you care? And I'm like, you're right. I'm annoyed that you're right, but you're right. And I'm just sharing that with you guys because at the end of the day, you can only control your actions and your mindset and your attitude. And that is the best way to stay empowered and to live empowered, in my personal opinion. So I hope this helps you. Sorry if it's like tough love. Sorry if it pisses you off. But I think it's a reminder that a lot of us need. So let us see what the chakra cards also want us to know today. Okay, I actually think it's fucking hilarious that this is the card we got today. But we got the inspiration card, which is the sacral chakra, a carnelian crystal. Okay, so you have called this card into your life because it is time to get inspired. Think about what your passion is and share it with those around you. Inspiration is constantly flowing through and around you at all times. And this is your opportunity. This is your reminder to align with what it is that inspires you. So what is it that makes your soul shine? What is it that brings out the best in you? It is time to surround yourself with inspiring people, to whether it's books or experiences or literally your inner circle, and anything that will infuse you with inspiration. Okay, the affirmation is that inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times, and I am inspired. So as you continue to drive inspiration will bring motivation, it brings joy and happiness into your being. So with everything that is going on in the world I just shared, right? Like the different universal laws you can do, also tap into what is it that inspires you. Instead of having this negative mindset, think about what is it that inspires you. This wave of energy is going to bring forth some amazing sense of purpose into your life and amazing healing energy into your life. If you are inspired and living in the vibration around you, it's also going to help raise the vibration of others, right? So this energy is infectious. The inspired energy is infectious. So again, raising your vibration. A way to do that is to stay inspired. So whether it's listening to inspiring podcasts, maybe it's this one, maybe it's a book, maybe it's going to a group, maybe it's going to church, I don't fucking know. Whatever it is that inspires you, make sure that you take the time to get inspired, because that will help increase your vibration. I love this. I love when the universe shows us exactly what we need to hear. So thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are amazing. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the things, all the places. It means so much to us. I am so grateful for you guys, because I do this podcast because it inspires me. You guys inspire me. You guys empower me. And I want to help you guys live the most empowered life possible, because it is game fucking changing when you do. So thank you guys so much for listening. I love you so much. And do not forget to stay empowered. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for taking the time to be a part of our Get Empowered community. Don't forget to check the show notes for the resources I shared in today's episode, and of course to connect with me on social. You can find all of our offers and community links at empoweredwitherika.com. I always love hearing from you, so don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and tag me with your biggest takeaways from today's episode. Let me know what you loved and what you want to hear more about, and share it with someone who you think would love it too. I cannot wait to share more with you. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to stay empowered.